Bro, I went.
A special drawing.
We went skydiving. We went skydiving. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you go to my channel right now, I'll release my skydiving video. I got a skydiving video.
You're gonna release it right now, exclusively for our viewers.
Sure, why not? It's Matt Cox and Inside True Crime. Subscribe. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna release the skydiving video. That's a good idea. Right,
That's a great idea. Send a little exclusive bonus.
You don't even have to pay.
You don't even have to knock.
But where's my view videos? I'm going into my
You don't even have to knock.
Don't even have to knock.
Just fisting ham in an ashtray.
Full of pudding.
Oh man, this is hold on.
Chocolate pudding.
All right, let's see. Unlist, public, save.
Wow.
Unreal.
Wow. Shitbird.
The liquor's talking.
Oh, look at him. Matt Cox going skydiving with a mask on.
Damn.
Did you have to wear a mask when you were skydiving?
Nice. No, just in the plane up. You know, you take it off, obviously.
Yeah.
Here. Bro, that's the worst. When you go right up to that door, and then you know what the worst is?
You just got another $5 PayPal.
Nice. You know what the worst is?
From Kyle Roberts. He sent you $5 extra.
Fuck yeah.
He said he left the message in the thing.
You know what the worst is? The worst is watching the guy in front of you jump. Because you see him go, woo, just he's gone, and you're like,
Yeah,
and
fuck
then
that.
And then
They just jumped out of a plane.
I have no desire to go skydiving.
Don't care.
Are you serious?
Never.
It's great. Look at that, bro.
No, it looks fine. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Listen, I went with the doctor. The doctor's got his own stuff, his own chute. He's jumped like a couple. God, I think he's jumped like 30
Do you
or 40
think
or
the
50
doctor
times.
could give you hair implants while skydiving?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Could you imagine doing a hair implant operation while skydiving?
But they're so sturdy they don't come out while you're skydiving.
You want subscribers, Matt?
Yeah.
There you go.
Make that shit happen.
All right. You all right? Yeah. All right. So what did Kyle say?
He said he left it in the PayPal message. He wants a special message.
Special message. What?
Who wants Matt to go skydiving while getting a hair implant from the doctor?
He just put okay.
That's pricey. I mean, that's $7,000 for the hair, a couple hundred for the plane jump. I mean, you're talking $8,000 now.
Easy $8,000, and then you got to pay us like a couple.
We gotta film it.
Yeah.
You guys are something else, man. The hell.
A solid 10.
Is it what?
Does your probation officer know you went skydiving?
What's the jurisdiction up there?
I'm still in the Middle District. I'm pretty sure.
So if you went like 50 miles offshore out into the international waters, would you be allowed to hang out with Amadeo? Or hang out with other felons?
I'm not allowed to hang out with felons.
Period. Yeah, but if you're in international waters, are you allowed
You just
to?
like
He's probably not even allowed to go out there.
I understand this. He's saying, well, I don't see what I'm supposed to.
Let me see
There's
it.
no message.
Let me see it, Matt Cox.
Not allowed in international waters?
He's probably
First of all, I'm not allowed
to leave the county.
Oh, he just sent you his address, so you can send it to him.
Let alone, I mean, you're leaving the state at that point.
You're leaving the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So that's his
You're in
address.
nowhere.
Let's write him a nice little note. Draw him a little picture.
So
another hundo
Goddamn.
from the doctor.
So we're gonna do
Another hundo?
From the doc.
Another
Whoa.
$100.
I know
Doc.
it's not to him.
Doc, thank you, Doc.
No, are you
$200 to the
serious?
blimp.
Says the doctor comes through for Matt Cox.
What are you doing? Stop sending money to
Yes.
him.
The
You're
doc-
sending money to him. What are you doing?
You made $5,000 the last podcast.
This
now
guy's
you're,
loaded.
I didn't
now
see a
you're
dime of
telling
that.
everybody not to send money to me?
You know,
It's not sending the money to you. I'm
You
pretty
are-
sure he's sending it to me.
I think he knows how to send it to you, Matt. He sent you like $4,000 the
You're
last
right.
podcast.
He did not. Will you stop saying that? You keep raising the figure.
How
too.
much money did you make the last podcast we did?
I honestly don't recall.
it was so much he couldn't
Look,
count.
So-
There was a comma in the number, okay?
So-
That's all that matters.
So I'm gonna
comma?
There was a
to
comma.
Damn.
Kyle.
To
All right.
Kyle.
You
I'm gonna
cocksucker.
go
Call him a cocksucker.
from
Your partner in crime.
Oh.
secret.
I want my book signed too.
He said he wants a picture of Danny with a micro penis and a rat face.
Who said that?
Kyle.
Most wanted. Okay.
Give him all the cheese.
Yeah.
Hold on, Matt. After you sign this, I got a question for you. A really important question.
Okay. All right.
What's the difference between a snitch and a rat?
Fuck. What is this? A planned
question.
question? What is the difference? I don't know. What did Morgan Freeman say?
Doesn't matter what Morgan Freeman said.
I
only care about what Matt Cox says.
Snitch and a rat. I don't think there's a difference at all.
Really?
Yeah. I don't see a difference at all. Why?
Didn't you say you went in a podcast in L.A. and you got in a really heated argument?
It
with
actually
the guy?
wasn't a heated argument because.
But it was awkward. What was it? What would you call it?
It was awkward because the guy was 300 or 290 pounds and probably close to 6 foot tall, and he was extremely animated, and it could have gone bad. Could have gone bad for me, but it didn't.
So what
He
happened?
survived.
What did he ask
upset.
you?
Oh,
What
he
did he
got
ask you?
super upset. I mean, he told me he knew my story. He goes,
Okay.
"Oh yeah, I know your story. I know your story."
And you admitted that you were a snitch?
Yeah, I fucking ratted out everybody I fucking could think of to fucking get out of that.
To use your words, you said you cut everybody's throat you could.
Everybody thought I could.
Yeah.
Could give a shit. Fuck them.
What was that quote that you said
Fuck 'em.
earlier?
What?
Was it the guy, the general, whatever? What's his name? They said
Who,
like,
Amadeo?
yeah, it was a quote in the book that you
Oh,
had.
yeah. Oh, be polite.
Anthrax the whole village?
No, be
No,
polite,
that one.
be professional, and have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Nice.
Wow.
That's General James Mad Dog Mattis.
James Mattis. Why do I know that name?
You don't
He
know
was
that
in
name.
front of Congress a few times. He was running. I think he was the military. He was the general who was running. I want to say Afghanistan during the surge. I believe. I could be
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah.
He looks like a green rectangle covered in metals whenever you see him on
Oh,
TV.
yeah, he's-
a green rectangle?
Yeah,
He's
with like a head
got
poking
some
out of
great
it. Like, you know that
cool green?
Kanye? No, this like army suit. It's so square.
Like the
and
Roblox?
rigid. He
No,
looks like
he's
Kanye
got
West and Lil
tons of
Pump in that
metals.
video.
I love it video.
The I Love It video, but like in military fatigues because he has so many medals, they had to expand
Holy
the jacket
fuck.
for him.
Jesus.
What are you reading right now?
I'm just. got
Matt's
a whole-
okay for
I got
people
a whole
listening that
bunch.
aren't watching. Matt's on his phone just scrolling,
Who-
and he's saying things like,
Oh God.
I'm saying there's just a bunch of.
Jesus.
I got a
Oh,
bunch in
my
the last
God.
3 minutes, 4 minutes. I've got a bunch of.
PayPal's.
No. Oh no. I wish.
he's scrolling
No.
through his YouTube comments.
Yeah, just comments. Just comments.
Good comments.
That's cool, Cox. I used to
Damn,
be
the
a
doctor.
retail scammer.
The doctor's coming through
I
again.
would
Another
be-
hundo.
Another hunter from the doctor.
He said he sent you $1.50.
I love the
direct.
doctor.
What does the doctor do? Why is he out here splurging?
Is he actually a doctor?
Matt Cox Matt Cox becomes Marcus Shrinker. I don't know what that one is. You
He's
guys
calling you a
are
liar.
fat.
Oh, wasn't there another comment too that you said was really interesting about your feet and shoes and what you think people?
Okay, so let's
Think
get
about
back
you?
to the snitch rat question.
Why? Because you think it's gonna bring in some viewers? What is it?
I think it's interesting. I want to know. So, how did it go when you said the guy was really
Oh, yeah,
animated?
bro,
he was
he
really
was all
intimidating.
upset.
Why was he so upset?
He was upset because he's a pen guy, right? So he robbed a bank. So the problem.
Who
is,
robbed a bank? The guy who's hosting this podcast that you were on.
Yes.
Okay, and he's
So-
like an ex-con podcast, like doing a true crime podcast or something.
Yeah, he does. It's supposed to be fresh. It's like you're fresh out of prison.
Okay.
And it's like, what are you doing now?
Okay, got it.
So he says, okay, so what did you do? And he said, look, you talk for about 15, 20 minutes about what you did, and we'll talk about what you did in prison and what you're doing now. I was like, all right, it's cool. So we start talking. We talk about, I say, okay, so here's what here's what got me into prison or got me locked up. And I start going through the whole motions, boom, 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 boom. He's like, all right. And then we get to the point where I say, okay, and then I got arrested. They're basically going to give me 154 years. They're saying if they stack it, they can give me 154. But that probably wouldn't happen. I'd probably end up, if I went to trial and lose, I'd get probably 32 years. I said, well, I'm not fucking doing 32 years. I said, so my U.S. attorneys, or my public defender says, or you can cooperate. Everybody's already cooperated against you. This is just how it works. This is what's going on. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, what do you mean? What? And you just got to be interviewed by him. I said, okay, cool. I'll be interviewed. So at that point, he's like, he gives me the look.
You're a snitch at that point.
Yeah.
Because
He's realizing
because you agreed to cooperate.
Yeah. He's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I went, so I And I realized, that's when I realized, oh, you don't really know my story. You've never really seen my story.
Right.
You're saying you have, but you haven't.
Right.
And then I'm like,
He just saw the views.
yeah, he maybe watched 20 minutes or something, but he didn't see it. And I realized, I've seen all the guys you've interviewed, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that the guys that he's interviewed, if they cooperated, they skate right over it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He doesn't like to talk about
No,
that.
and of course you're not going to say it. Who's going to say that?
Right.
These guys aren't going to say that. They went to a pin or they went to a medium, and they're, I sold this many. You know, if you start doing the math, it doesn't really matter. I got caught with this many kilos and this many and this, all these guys and this and this and this. And yeah, so I did 10 years. Whoa. You did 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a fucking life sentence. But he never goes into any of that. It's never.
Right.
So I say, so boom, I cooperate. And I said,
There's
but then
a
I don't.
huge ingredient that has to go into that cocktail to make it be 10 years.
Right. And so he sits there and he goes, well, he gives me this look, and I went, oh, I said, that's right. Nobody really says that, do they? They don't admit that.
Yeah.
And he's
said
like,
that.
you know, he's kind of like, well, I just don't believe in that. And I went, no, I understand. I said, well, yeah, because I didn't tell nobody. I said, no, I understand. I said, well, you're unique. So, and I keep trying. I try to let's just okay, let's just keep going. And he keeps coming back to it. So you told on people? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, everybody told on me. I said, that's just the way it is. That's what everybody's fucking ratting on everybody. Oh, I wouldn't tell on nobody. I'm like, yeah, I understand, but you're unique, and you're going to a pen, and you're not looking at 26 years. You're a guy from the street. Yeah. You're going to a pen. Mm-hmm. You say something, you might get killed. They're not sending me to a pen. I can't go to a pen. Because he's like, man, if you went to the pen, I go, yeah, but I didn't. Because I can't go to a pen. Because the truth is that they don't send people like me to a pen.
Right.
I go, and then I said, bro, I'm a soft white guy. They're not going to send me to the pen. And then he was like, because these guys couldn't dare admit that they're soft.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's all about just pure anger and toughness and no weakness. And this is a guy who he tells kids. Part of it is, well, what would you tell kids? And so he ends up saying to me, what would you tell kids? And I went, I'd tell them not to commit crime. And he goes, yeah, but I'm saying if they get caught. And I went, no, don't commit crime. You won't get caught. No, but I'm saying if they did. You're telling me if they did commit crime, you're saying, read my super chats.
Who?
The doctor.
He wants to know how much has the doctor contributed to the Cox Fund altogether in the last 3 months.
It's not the Cox Fund.
The doctor wants to know how much he's contributed.
Fund.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I don't know. It's significant. He bought me. I've got a computer. He's helped me with the computer. He's helped me with camera equipment.
Wow.
He's
doctor's a
he's
nice
a
guy,
doctor.
huh?
He's awesome.